Good morning. Hey y'all. What's up? What's up? What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we are choosing to rejoice this morning and be glad in it. I hope, wish, and pray that you woke up, excuse me, this morning intentional, on purpose, and ready to command your day, because that's how we do it over here in the Growth Gang. If this is your first time here and you don't know who we are or what we do, let me introduce myself. My name is Jan, and I'm the gardener of the Growth Gang. Here at the Growth Gang, we encourage, we motivate, we empower to make an impact so we can be better today than we were yesterday, and prayerfully we'll be better tomorrow than we will be today. We do it by eating spiritually. We grow so we can transform. We heal so we can help somebody else. And once we put it all together, we win, because that's our God-given birthright. We, over the last few weeks, have worked on just bettering ourselves, growing, and turning our pages. The last 7 days, we have been going over a live devotional, and we've been talking about the curse of procrastination. Before that, we were talking about her next chapter, which is a 30-day devotional that you can get from my website, her next chapter, with jan.com. You can go there and you can get you your own personal copy. And that was our first time going through it, but I'm pretty sure we'll go through it again. So you might want to get your copy so you can follow along with us when we do decide to do it again. But in the meantime and in between time, listen, what we doing today? We're going to talk about something that most people, I won't say they don't even talk about. I'll say a lot of us don't think about. A lot of us don't know about. So today we are going to be talking about strongholds. Yeah, them things. Because I think sometimes we get stuck, stagnant, and end up sitting on the sidelines of life because we don't know what we fighting against. We don't know what we battling. So that's what we're going to do this morning. Hey, Erica. Good morning, love. How are you today? Good morning, sunshine. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, Shan. Good morning. How are you today? Thank you for tapping in this, what's today? Wednesday? Good morning, Bishop. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, Roro, how are you today? Thank you, everybody, for coming to hang out with me this morning. I really appreciate your presence. I hope not to be before you long, but I just surrender and let God have his way. And this morning, before we started talking about strongholds, we had started going through the book of Nehemiah. And listen, we always try our best to start our morning with the word of God. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Tatiana, love. How are you today? Hold on for 1 second, y'all. I got to go get my charger. I'll be right back. Hold on. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I just need to get me an extra charger to go in here. Hold on. I'll be right back. That's what I need to do. I need to get me an extra charger to go in this room, because I use this one charger and go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I'm like, hold on. So good morning, sunshines. Good morning. How is everybody today? Oh my gosh, we getting ready to talk about some good stuff, some good stuff, some good stuff. We getting ready to tap in and go deeper so we can grow higher, because that's what we do over here. That is what we do, and we don't be playing. We do not play about this thing called growth, okay? We do not play at all, not in any way, shape, form, or fashion, because we want to become the best versions of who God already created us to be. We just got to tap into it. That's all we got to do. Just tap into it and work it out. So good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This morning, we are going to continue our journey through the book of Nehemiah because you already know that's how we start our day. We have to start our day thanking God first and foremost. We have to thank him for everything that he's done, for who he is, for who he made us to be, who he created us to be, the purpose that he put inside of us. We just wake up in the morning and thank him and give him glory, give him honor, and give him praise. And then we tap into this word because we know it is the word that holds us. It's the word that keeps us. It's the word that empowers us. It is nothing but the word. And then we move over to our devotional where it encourages us, it motivates us, it empowers us, and impacts our lives so we can just keep on growing. We do this thing every day, Monday through Friday at 7 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have a desire to grow. We have a desire to be better today than we were yesterday. So we do it together. Because we're not in this thing called life by ourselves. Because see, that's what the enemy does. He tries to trick us into believing that we in this thing by ourselves. But guess what? He was a liar yesterday. He a liar today. And he gonna be a liar tomorrow. Yeah, So let's get into this book of Nehemiah. Listen, let me tell you one thing that I have. It's not that I didn't know it. It's just I love when things just, it's like a re-revelation. It's not a new revelation, it's a re-revelation. And one of the things that I am learning out of the book of Nehemiah is opposition. It's a part of the building process. If you change your mindset and stop thinking just because you saved that you're not gonna have no opposition, you know what? Your life will totally change. When you get to a point, I don't care if you building you, I don't care if you've been in your brand, I don't care if you've been in a business, I don't care what you building, your family, your relationship, your children. When you get to a point where you realize that because you are building, you're going to have opposition. Just because you are building, you are going to have opposition. And that is one of the things that we are learning from the book of Nehemiah. The next thing that we're learning from the book of Nehemiah is, you know what? Find the space. Find your lane. Find the part of the problem that you can fix. And do your work. Do your work. If we focus more on doing our own work, man, oh man. Tan say, good morning. Sorry I'm late. 6-year-old in attitude, shaking my head. Girl, listen, opposition. I got a message yesterday. Even when I came home, I had a message yesterday. Listen, when I tell you it was the craziest thing, it was crazy. I said, I know this ain't nothing but opposition. That's why we read the word of God. So we know what we are up and fighting against. I said, it's just a distraction. That's all it is. It's just a distraction. When we recognize, and understand what's happening, because he's trying to keep us from our purpose. That's the ultimate goal. Keep us stuck, stagnant, and sitting on the sidelines of life waiting to get in the game. But that ain't happening over here. That's not how we roll. So let us continue in this book of Nehemiah so we can see how Nehemiah fought against this thing called opposition. It goes on to say in Nehemiah chapter 6, today we starting at verse 15. We did 1 through 14 yesterday. So today we going to start at 15. And we say, so on October 2nd, it gives a specific date, October 2nd, the wall was finished just 52 days after we had begun. Because see, this Nehemiah, he's telling a story. When our enemies and when our enemies and the surrounding nations heard about it, they were frightened and humiliated because they didn't think it could happen. They did everything they could to keep them from rebuilding the wall. They realized this work had been done with the help of our God. During those 52 days, many letters went back and forth between Tobiah and the nobles of Judah. For many in Judah had sworn allegiance to him because his father in law was Shechaniah, son of Ara, and his son Jehohanan was married to the daughter of Meshullam, son of Berechiah. They kept telling me about Tobias's good deeds, and then they told him everything I said. And Tobiah kept sending threatening letters to intimidate me. That's what happens when you building. You gonna have people who they gonna say all kind of stuff. See, nowadays, instead of sending letters, now we get on social media. They say all kinds of stuff. We get in text messages and Facebook messages and TikTok messages. But people find a way. They find a way. But they don't always realize, understand, and recognize that they being used by the enemy. But that's when we have to realize, recognize, and understand that they're being used by the enemy to come in and try to distract us. Remember, Nehemiah, when him and those other people got together and they was doing their parts on the wall, everybody had a different part to play. When they was doing their part on the wall, they made up their mind that they was not going to stop building and they was not going to be distracted by the distractions. So guess what happens when you're not distracted by the distractions? The enemy get mad. He gets mad. He gets so upset because you're not giving in to the distraction. Make up your mind today that you are not going to give in to the distraction and keep building what God has given you to build. Now we're going to move over into this new devotional we getting ready to start. OMG. That's all I can say. We getting ready to talk about strongholds. Yeah, that's what we're talking about today. We're going to talk about strongholds. STRONGHOLDS. We're going to learn what they are. We're going to learn how they attack us. And we're going to learn what we need deliverance from. That's what we're going to learn. I hope y'all ready. Because see, we're going to do a deep dive and we're going to take our time. Because you know why? Because strongholds are a really, 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 really big reason why we as women get stuck, stagnant, and continue to sit on the sidelines of life. See, we realize now that we realize all of that. But what we don't realize sometimes is there are things that have been designed, strategically designed to keep us stuck, to keep us stagnant. They've been strategically designed, and they called strongholds. I know a lot of us go to church, but I can honestly say that's not something that I've always heard them discuss when I've been in church. I haven't always heard them talk about it. So God laid it, because when I get ready to go to the end, get to the end of a devotional, I'm like, okay, God, what's next? What's next? And this is what he gave me for us today. Strongholds. Yeah. Y'all ready? I hope y'all ready. I hope y'all ready. First of all, we need to know what it is. So let's dive into this so we can learn what it is. A stronghold, especially a spiritual stronghold, is a deeply rooted pattern of thinking. Why do you think that started with that? Me personally, I think it started with that because if you can change your mind, you can change your life. And if you can change, the only way you change your mind, you got to change the way you think. That's the only way. You want to change your life, change your mind. You want to change your mind, change the way you think. So, a stronghold, a spiritual stronghold that got you in a chokehold is a deeply rooted pattern of thinking, believing, or behaving that has gained enough influence in a person's life that it begins to oppose. Didn't we just get finished talking about opposition? Why do you think God doing this the way he doing this? Why? Because sometimes we forget that we have an enemy. We forget. So now he sent me to remind us we got opposition. And guess what they do? They try to attack us with the stronghold. So it goes on to say it's a deeply rooted pattern of thinking, believing, or behaving that has gained enough influence in a person's life that it begins to oppose what God says is true. And it keeps the person spiritually, emotionally, or behaviorally stuck. The biblical imagery comes from a fortress, something that is fortified, defended, and difficult to penetrate. Paul uses this language in 2 Corinthians 10, 4-5, when he talks about spiritual weapons being powerful through God for the pulling down of strongholds. Then immediately connects those strongholds to arguments, thoughts, and things that happen in our lives, the way we receive, the way we give, the way we react, the way that we act, the way that we treat, the way. It connects these strongholds to arguments, thoughts, and things that exalt themselves against the knowledge of God. The stronghold. So I would describe it this way. A spiritual stronghold is a lie that has been believed, reinforced, protected. And let me tell you something about that protected thing. Because see, you may have some sisters in your life who come to you and say, because of the relationship that y'all have built, they may come to you and say, sis, you know what? I see this thing in you. And instead of you receiving it, and especially when it's delivered, you know the heart is coming from. Especially when it's delivered in love. And they tell you, sis, I see this thing. And it's like sucking the best version of who God created you to be. It's trying to block you and keep you from becoming that person. That's what it's intended to do. And instead of you saying, okay, sis, you know what? Yeah, this might be something I struggle with. I need help in this area. Can we touch bases and get together and pray about this thing? No, what happens is you defend it. You say, well, and I'm using this because this used to be me. I remember there was a time in my life I used to say, well, it's just the way God made me. I say, if you don't like it, talk to him. I wasn't taking accountability for myself. I wasn't taking accountability for me. Good morning, love. Stephanie said, hey, sis, I need to talk to you immediately. Gotcha. I will call you when I'm done. I will call you as soon as I get up off here. But listen, that's how I used to be. I used to be like, that's just the way God made me. If you don't like it, take it up with him. Not taking any accountability and responsibility for my own behavior. So it goes on to say a spiritual stronghold is a lie that has been believed, it has been reinforced, it has been protected and lived from for so long that it begins functioning like truth. It functions like truth. That is a lie that functions like the truth. For example, the original lie might be, I'm going to fail. You believe that. And it keeps you from trying. It keeps you from putting forth effort. It keeps you from taking your first step because you believe that if you do, you're going to fail. How you know you're going to fail if you don't never try? How do you know? That boggles my mind. Fear reinforces fear. See, the lie have cousins. The lies have family members. If they don't operate by themselves, that's why we can't operate by ourselves. Because it's us against them. It's the truth against the lie. Stop believing that you can't do what God say you can do. Stop believing that you can't be your greatest version of yourself. Stop believing that you can't do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Stop believing the lie. So that's why we come in together and we encourage, motivate, and empower each other so we can get past the lie. Get past the lie. So the original lie might be, I'm going to fail. And then fear comes along because that's the cousin. It comes along and reinforces the lie. So past disappointment seems to confirm the lie. See, so you got, first of all, you got the lie. Then you got the fear. Then you got the past disappointment. Then avoidance protects it. Everybody got a part to play. Then we just learned that in the book of Nehemiah. Everybody got a part to play. Thank you for the heart means. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Everybody has a part. Even the enemy is strategic with keeping you from walking out your purpose. He's strategic. Do you see how this thing goes? First, you got the lie. Then you got the fear. Then you got the past disappointments. Then you got the avoidance. Then it says eventually, check this out because it don't stop. See, you thought it stopped just because you decided to sit down. Guess what happens next? Procrastination becomes the behavior produced by it. Yeah. Procrastination becomes the behavior. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Don't say fear predicts the failure. Faith permits the attempt. Girl, you can you post that somewhere? You already know. You already know. You already know. First, you have the lie. Then you have the fear. Then you have the past disappointment. Then you have the avoidance. Then you have the procrastination that comes to keep you stuck, stagnant, and sitting on the sidelines of life, waiting to get in the game. It's all a setup. But we coming to tear it all down. That progression can look like experience, lie, agreement, repetition, pattern, stronghold. That's what happens. That's how it works. You have the experience that creates the lie, that creates the agreement, that creates the repetition. And you know what? The repetition don't have nothing with what you're doing. The repetition has to do with what you're receiving. The repetition, it plays over and 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 over again in your head. When you gonna turn it off? When you gonna turn it off? When you gonna stop letting it play and keep repeat? It's on repeat. When you gonna turn it off? You got the power to turn it off. Jesus Christ died for you to have the power to turn it off. This is important because the visible behavior is not always the stronghold. It's not what people see. Procrastination, people pleasing, isolation, perfectionism, anger, or self sabotage may be symptoms. Underneath them could be deeply established beliefs such as, you ready? Because I want you to raise your hand every time I read one of these that applies to you. Raise your hand every time that you hear one that applies to you. Listen, you ready? I can't trust God with what happens next. I used to be like that. I'm only valuable when people approve of me. Used to be like that. If I try and fail, it proves I'm not enough. That used to be my thought. Nothing will ever change for me. Yep, back in the day. Yep, that used to be me. I have to control everything to be safe. OMG. 2 hands for that one. My past determines what I'm capable of becoming. Used to be me. By now, we should have up both hands and even both feet. Yeah, because I know that these are lies that we have allowed to come in and speak to us and play over and over and over and over and over and over and over again in our heads. Yeah. I can't trust God. I'm only valuable when if I try and fail. Nothing will ever change. I have to control everything. My past determines what I'm capable of becoming. Lies, 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 lies. And this connects beautifully with where we're going in the future. It connects beautifully with transition because you already know that's what her next chapter is built upon. Learning how to trust God through transition. Sometimes God changes our circumstances before our thinking has caught up. Want me to repeat that again? Sometimes God changes our circumstances before our thinking has caught up. Sometimes God moves us out of a place. Sometimes God moves us out of a space. But you know what happens? Instead of us being thankful, grateful, appreciative of the new place, we can't do that because we hold it on to the old place. We hold on to the old stuff. You know why? Because we want to be comfortable in our comfort zones. We want to stay stuck in the familiar. We don't want to move. We don't want to grow. We don't want to turn the page because we don't want to know what the rest of the story is. See, the rest of the story might not go along with the lie that we've been allowed to rehearse over and over and over in our heads. Yeah, So God changes. Most times he changes our circumstances before our thinking has caught up. We can physically leave. Didn't I just say that? I didn't even read this. We can physically leave one season while still carrying the strongholds that were built there. That's why Romans 12:2 emphasizes being transformed by the renewing of your freedom isn't simply stop doing something. It involves identifying. Didn't somebody just say that? Hold on. Oh, come on, comments. You know what? It's all good. Baby, my screen does not want to work today. It don't want to work today. I bind that in the name of Jesus. I can't even scroll. Oh, there we go. Dawn say approval can disguise itself as preparation. Absolutely. I don't want to get on your live. Stop. Dawn say fear starts talking, turn it off. Truth starts talking, turn it up. Ooh, girl, can you repost that? Can you make that a picture or something? Because we need that as a picture. Post picture, something. I know it was something you just said. Yes, there we go, right there. The enemy was trying to keep me from getting to it, but he don't win nothing because I'm gonna keep on trying so we can keep getting this word, so we can keep getting from each other. Name the fear. Don say, name the fear, challenge the lie, replace it with God's truth, then move your feet before fear gets another vote. Name it, challenge it, replace it, and move. Name it, challenge it, replace it, and move. Name it, challenge it, replace it, and move. Freedom isn't simply stop doing that. It involves identifying what you've been believing, confronting it with God's truth, and learning to live according to that truth. That's what it's about. Yeah, that's what it's about. I don't know why my screen don't want to cooperate today. Yep, tearing that comfort zone. Be fixing things while you trying to figure it out. Yep. Stephanie, thank you. It is. It's one of my absolute favorites. I think I have 2 or 3 of them just in case one break. I got to back up. Stephanie, her ring is a paparazzi ring. It is. I sure don't. You know why? Because I got too much. I'm like, no, I'm done. Look, we not even going there. But freedom is not simply stop doing that. It involves identifying what you've been believing, confronting it with God's truth, and learning to live according to that truth. And oftentimes, you know what we do? We stop and we live the lie instead of pushing ourselves to trust, believe, and live the truth. We want to trust, believe, and live the lie. Change that today. Change that today. A simple distinction I think could be powerful for your teaching, for your learning, for our learning is a habit says, this is what I keep doing. A stronghold says, this is what I have become, or this is what I have come to believe. A habit says, this is what I keep doing. A stronghold says, this is what I have come to believe. And now let's talk about this thing called belief for just a second. The reason is because of conversations that I've had with girlfriends before. And I have one particular girlfriend. She's so funny to me sometimes because she talks about like the things that she was taught growing up. And the thing about being taught things when you grow up, just because it was something that you were taught when you were growing up, does not always necessarily mean that it's, first of all, biblically based. And second of all, it could be a tradition. It could be just the way that things were back then during those particular days. But it's just some stuff that she still hold on to this day. Like the person who shared it with her and told her is still like sitting right there ready to spank her hand if she don't do what they told her to do. And it goes towards, it speaks so highly of exactly what this devotional is talking about, as far as what we, first of all, before we believe it, we have to be conditioned to believe it. Before we receive it, we got to be conditioned to believe it. And you know how people condition us to believe stuff? They say it to us over and over and over. If you tell a strong woman long enough that she nothing, guess what she eventually gonna believe? That she nothing. That's why you have to reframe your own mind. I don't care what you hear. I don't care what they say. It's about what you believe about you. And let me tell you what I believe about me and you. You know what I believe? That we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. I don't believe it's nothing out here we can't do. And I don't believe there's nothing out here that we cannot learn. It's nothing we can't do. And it's nothing as long as we have breath, we got opportunity. As long as we have breath, we have opportunity. I'm telling you. Okay? Tan say this made me sad, but glad I'm here. This is a little push for me. God is giving me another chance to get this right. Thank you, God. Hallelujah, sis. Sis, you right where you need to be for such a time as this. You ain't got to be sad. You right where you need to be for such a time as this, to take your life to the next level. It's all good. Sometimes we beat ourselves up because we be like, oh, I'm behind. I missed the mark. No, sis, you not behind and you did miss the mark. You know what? You were there for the people in your life who needed you at that time. You right there where you need to be for the people in your life who need you at this time. You right where you need to be. And I'm not going to let the enemy come in and try to make you feel bad, try to make you sad at all, period. No. Not happening. Not on my watch. We growing, sis. We growing. That's all it is. We growing. So, a stronghold says, this is what I have come to believe. And sometimes you cannot permanently change what you're doing until you confront what you've been believing. Sometimes you cannot permanently change what you're doing until you confront what it is that you've been believing. Hey there, girl. What's up, sis? What's up? Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. You can't change it until you confront what you believe. Is that not good all by itself? That's good all by itself. I hope you wrote that down. You can't change until you confront what you believe. And who has the power to change what you believe? Who has the power? I need you to answer that. Put it in the comments. Answer that. Who has the power to change what you believe? I'll put it in. Hold on. Let me see if this TikTok is playing today. Anyway, me. It won't even let me type it out. Me. Yes, Tan, somebody got the, and you know what? Somebody has the power to change what you believe. You do. And maybe that's why you've been so stuck. If you don't believe that you have the power, who got the power? Okay, nobody but you. Okay, there you go. There we go. Okay. Nobody but you. Nobody but you, sis. Thank you for changing that. Because nobody has the power to change us and change what we believe but us. And when you make up your mind that you're not going to continue to allow life to keep you stuck, stagnant, and sitting on the sidelines, you will change some things. Don say, I can fail, I can learn, I can adjust and keep moving without it defining me. Absolutely. It's not who I am. It's who I'm becoming. And as long as we have breath, we have opportunity. If we stuck in this particular time of our lives, it's because we want to be. It's not because we got to be. It's because we want to be. Because we have communities, we have collaborations, we have conversations, we have so many things available to us to help us turn our pages. And see, the thing about this, it's a progression. It's a progression. As you grow, it's a progression. You grow You grow, you grow, you grow, you grow. And then you begin to ask, God, what's next? What you want me to do? What's my purpose? Who am I? Who am I becoming? Who do you want me to be? And that's when her next chapter comes into play. That's when all of this is progression. It's not everything all at once. Sometimes people don't know. And when you don't know, you can't be responsible for what you don't know. You're responsible for what you do know. And that's why God told me, he said, you got to do this. I was going to change it this morning. I said, God, let's go in a different direction. He said, no, what did I tell you? You need to talk about strongholds. And I asked him, I said, how long I got to talk about it? If I'm not mistaken, I want to say he gave us 30 days. We got to talk about it so we can get out of being stuck. We got to talk about it so we can change our mindset. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. You know why? Because sometimes on Sunday mornings when you go to church, they don't talk about it. And then we wonder why we go to church on Sunday, but we still have the same battles on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It's not by happenstance. It's not by coincidence. It's strongholds, lies that you've been telling yourself, that you have come to believe about yourself. Tan said, I know I'm not the same as I used to be because I'm chosen. You have not even begun to tap into everything God has in store for you. You haven't even began to tap into everything that God has in store for you. As you humble yourself, as you surrender, as you keep asking him, God, show me. You just wait. I'm so excited to be on this journey with you. I'm so excited. We got so much more to tap into, but I think I'm going to stop right here because if we keep going, let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Wait a minute. Let me see. If I want to, we can't do all this today. We're going to do this tomorrow. Yeah. We're going to do this part tomorrow. Yeah. We're going to really keep we're going to keep digging. We got to go deep so we can grow high. We got to. Okay. So tomorrow we're going to continue this discussion about strongholds and our belief system in this thing up here. Yeah. You're going to have a replay, sis. I'm going to post it on YouTube where you can go and find all the videos and all the replays and listen to them at your discretion. You can find them on YouTube at Her Next Chapter LA. And that does not stand for the place. It stands for Leadership Academy. Because you know what? We leaders. All of us. Every last one of us. We are leaders in our own rights. We're leaders in our homes. We're leaders in our families. Even when we have husbands. Yeah, our husbands are leaders the way God planned it. But you know what? If you have a husband, your husband is the leader of your home. He is. But guess who the leader of them children? And they know. They already know. They know who run the family. Them kids. My husband be like, call your mama. He be like, call your mama. Just call your mama. Let's see. Tan say that's how I surrender with my face on the floor. Hello? You put a pillow down there. But some days, baby, you all it be you and that concrete. Yep. Yes, because sometimes that's what it takes for us to get where we need to go. Yep, sometimes that's what it takes. Stephanie, it may not be available until tomorrow morning, but it will be there. I will definitely put it there. I don't know what is wrong with this screen today. Yes, Dawn say little by little, truth by truth, choice by choice, progression. Dawn, you is on fire this morning, 10. She is on fire today, is she not? What is happening? You know, usually she say little funny stuff, but now today she's saying stuff that is smoking. Dawn say little by little, truth by truth, choice by choice, progression. The Bible speaks of complete surrender. Absolutely, because that's what it takes. Yes, missionary Dawn. She talking about the coffee kicked in. See that? I told y'all. See, she couldn't keep it just smoking. She had to throw a joke in there because that's what she is. That's who she is, and that's what she does. But she been on fire this morning. And Dawn, I hope you are writing all this stuff down because you know once we get off this live, it's gonna disappear. You need to put it in the chat. You need to put it in the community. You need to post it on Facebook. You need to post it because you've been dropping some nuggets today. Please share them. Please, please, please. And y'all, I'm telling y'all, I remember when I started doing lives, I want to say we was probably doing 100 days of Believing Bigger, probably like maybe the third or fourth time. I can't even remember how many times I've done it. But we started talking about strongholds. And for some reason, when I started talking about it, I'm like, you know what? We need to do a study on it. We need to do a series on strongholds because just because we saved don't mean we know everything. And sometimes people don't know they got no strongholds. They just say, oh, well, it's just the way I am. Not realizing it comes from the way you believe you are. And that's how the stronghold grows. That's how it attaches to you. And sometimes I know, like for me personally, it affected my behavior. My belief affected my behavior. What you believe about yourself affects your behavior. So you wonder why you act the way you act and the way you say some of the things you say and why you move the way that you do. Because you may have a stronghold. Okay? So just have an open mind. Be ready to just learn. Because it's not about me. God gave this to us. You know why? Because he wants us to be free. He wants us to be whole. He wants us to be delivered. That's why. Good. That's why. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Erica say, I will have an open mind. You know why, sis? I want you to have an open mind so you can receive. I want you to get everything God got for you. Everything. You know why? Because the enemy been holding it and keeping it back from you for so long. You gonna get everything God got for you. That's how I started this year off. I was like, this year, I'm going for everything God got for me. Everything. And you gonna get it. Everything God got for you. I refuse to leave any of my sisters behind. We getting it all. Everything. And listen, let me tell y'all something. I'm not telling y'all this because I want your money. I'm not telling y'all this. I don't want your money. I want you to invest in you, and I want you to get to a point where you say, you know what? I'm going to do what's best for me. And let me tell you why I say that. Because this boot camp that God is giving us for Her Next Chapter Academy, baby, I'm scared for y'all. You think the 7 stages of transition made you dig? Baby, this boot camp getting ready to be fire. Stephanie, I know you listen, sis. Y'all think I encourage y'all. Y'all encourage me. Y'all motivate me. Y'all impact my life. You just don't know. I have been digging with you in mind. I say she gonna love this. I can't wait. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Listen, if you have not gotten in the community, Her Next Chapter Academy on the school platform. You need to get in the community. You so silly. You so silly. Look, I'm the colonel, I'm the sergeant, I'm the comfort zone killer, baby. Because listen, your 2027 get ready to be on fire. You know why? Because God's taking us higher. If you have not gotten in Her Next Chapter Academy on the school platform, you need to come over there. You need to get in the room. You need to get in the room because what God is giving us for this next season is going to be so good. It is an 8-week program. It is an 8-week Her Next Chapter Academy boot camp. Boot camp. Because see, I was in the Navy. I know about boot camp. And anytime I put something in that kind of veered away from the military, I said, we got to stay military. So I hope y'all ready. I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready. If back in your mind, you ever thought, I want to join the military, but you were scared to do it, you don't have to be scared now, because you're going to join it in this boot camp. It's going to be the military for your life. It's going to be the military for your life. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be the military for your life. Not for the country, but for your life. You ready? I hope you're ready, because it's going to be, that's all I got to say. 8 weeks. Stephanie say M16 and helmet on. She ready. Stephanie been ready. Stephanie already paid for her program. That's how much she believes in what God gives us. That's how much she believes in it. I'm telling you, it's getting ready to be so good. I'm still working on a few little tweaks, but it's coming. It's coming. Go to the school community, download the app. Download the app. Go look for Her Next Chapter Academy. It is a black box with a yellow, just like this, that yellow. It's yellow. It's a yellow book. It's an open book with pages. You will see them for her next chapter. Turn your page. It's pages of the book. And a crown on top. You know what the crown represents? We are God's daughters. We are royalty. Everything in the logo, it represents something. Tan say, do the work. It pays off. You better tell them. Do the work. Stephanie say, waiting for the onboarding instructions for the boot camp, baby. They are coming. You wait. It's going to be amazing. I'm telling you now. And in that 8 weeks, we going to have Saturdays where we going to have, I'm telling you now, you are going to have to set aside time. It's going to be 2-hour sessions. You're going to have to set aside time for 8 weeks on the weekends for 2 hours. We might do 1 hour one day and 1 hour another day, but we going to get them 2 hours in, just to let you know. We get them in. You know why? First and foremost, because I want you to get your money's worth. That's one of the reasons. But second of all, is because I want you to get everything God got for you. Yes. For 8 weeks. You put everybody else before you. Stop putting everybody else before you. Stop putting everybody else before you. Don't do nothing yet with the boot camp. Not yet. I had somebody message me Saturday like, where the payment plan? I'm like, wait, hold on. Hold your horses. I still got a couple more tweaks, but it's coming. Yes, that's exactly what it is, Stephanie. It is up level because y'all did the 7 stages of transition. Y'all did that. And baby, this boot camp is getting ready to be so amazing. It really is. And I'm not just telling you that because it's me. It ain't even me. It's not me. I'm just a vessel. That I just humble myself and I surrender. And I'm like, God, use me. I'll do it, God. I'll pour into your women. Just tell me what to give them. And when I'm telling you, he just gives us some amazing and awesome stuff. But that's all I got for y'all today. That's all I got. That's all I got. I have teased y'all long enough. Yes, sis. She say I am ready to scale the wall. Listen, I might be in my boots on ready. Yes, listen, put them boots on. Y'all better put them boots on because, hey, we get ready to stomp on some heads, okay? But I love y'all so much. But God loves us more than we will ever be able to love ourselves. And I hope, wish, and pray that you have an amazing, beautiful, what's today? Wednesday. Wednesday. Oh, 10, that's all. Thank you, girl. Thank you, girl. Can we wear flippers? No, ma'am. You need the boots. You so silly talking about you hate shoes. See, one thing about boot camp, it don't last forever. But what boot camp does is, and see, that's the thing. See, because with boot camp, we like to, I'm telling you, you go to boot camp thinking you're going to do things your way. Yeah. You go to boot camp thinking you're going to do things your way. You can't wear flippers in boot camp. Those shoes that you put on your feet, they there for a reason. See, you can't step on the devil head in flip-flops. You need artillery. You need your uniform. You need your weapons. You can while you sitting at home. But when you come to boot camp, yeah, yeah, because you got. I went to boot camp in Orlando, Florida. I'm from Florida. And we had a lot of people that was coming to boot camp in shorts and flip-flops and just any kind of way they wanted to. But when boot camp was over, we was all wearing the same thing. We was all on one accord. That's what boot camp does. It teaches you how to work as a team. It teaches you to do what's best for the mission, not what's best for yourself. It teaches you what to do what's best for the mission. What's best for the mission? Not what's best for us, what's best for the mission. And we work together to get the mission done. See, you got me tapping in. I don't want to tap in. Gotta go. Love y'all. Wasn't that good? I know. That was God. All right, y'all. Y'all have a blessed day. Okay, Steph, I'm finna do it now.